Okay, hi my friends around the world. This is Tim Janakis, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Your help man in Japan for if you don't know what the hell you're doing. Because I lived in here 11 years and I was told every day all the things I can't do in Japan by foreigners who tried to do it and couldn't do it. But if you ever buy into other people's reality that you can't do something, then of course you can't. But if you believe there's always a way out of the other people's reality, you can do anything. Because look at this. I have an Eon ETC card, and all my friends told me, and all the blogs told me, if you're a foreigner, you can't get your own ETC card. I got it in my own name. I am married to a Japanese, but that wasn't required. I didn't even put my wife's name on the application. I didn't even put whether I'm married, and so it doesn't. That's not why I got the ETC card. I also got an Eon credit card, which you can get. You can go to Eon, apply. You might get turned down, but that doesn't mean foreigners can't get them. It just means you were turned down because you weren't ready for it or whatever. I'm ready for it. Okay, now, but this tutorial is not all about that stuff. It's all about how to send money Western Union. I sent money to do my pay off my student loan for 10 years, paying off my Soka University loan, and I had to send it through the post office, which charged me an arm and a leg to send. Then I finally figured out after about 5 years that you can send it by traveler's check, which was great because traveler's check is only 1.5% in Japan. But then now the post office just finally got rid of selling traveler's checks, which is absolutely crazy because it was so much cheaper. I guess I put the word out on the internet. Probably a lot of other people figured it out. It's way cheaper than sending a money order, which is the only like cashier's check that they have in Japan. It's a postal money order. But the postal money orders, they charge you $25 to regardless of the amount, plus a $5 to ensure that it gets there, which I always said, I don't want to ensure that it gets there. I'm going to send it myself. Don't worry. And they always fought me on that, but I just took it out of there. I'm like, this is my fucking traveler's check. I bought it. You don't tell me how I can send it in the mail. It's my fucking thing. So anyway, I sent it. I only had one lost in the whole 10 years I did it. Actually, about 5 years. So you can send it in the mail. And the one time it got lost was actually a good thing because it turned out to my benefit in the long run because that's how reality works. If you decide you're gonna have the good part of reality, which is always the back side of the coin. Everything that looks bad, there's always an opposite side of the coin. Anyway, I'm going off into a philosophical conversation when I'm here to actually talk about how to send money Western Union. So I decided now I'm sending money to Europe for my CD. Western Union is a lot cheaper than even cashier's checks, than even possibly, because he needs it in euro and I can't do, before I sent him money with traveler's checks, which traveler's checks is the cheapest way to do it. And I looked up Lloyd's Bank. Lloyd's Bank's way more expensive to send money, but Western Union is cheaper. How do you do Western Union? You have to go to 7-Eleven to do it. But if you don't understand those ATM machines that are all in Japanese to how to figure out how to do the application, you're going to be pretty screwed. So what you have to do is you have to call this English helpline, which I'm going to call right now. I'm going to put myself on. I have a phone, but I want you to hear what I say to these people, so you can say the same thing because people always don't know. So I'm going to put this on speakerphone. I'm calling them up and I'm doing a thing. I'm going to have to bleep out all my personal information, I guess.
Thank you for calling Seven Bank Telephone Center. Your cash card is required depending on the service you choose.
Okay, you have to push 2.
You can choose your preferred service before this message ends. If you have a 7-Bank deposit account, 1. If you don't have a 7-Bank deposit account, press 2.
Press 2. Okay, 2. Unless you already have one of these, you don't need to call up.
Press 1. For international money transfer, press 2.
Press 2 again for international transfer.
We are transferring you to an operator. Please wait for a moment. Thank you very much for waiting. Telephone center, this is Tanizaki speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Miss Tanizaki. I want to apply for be able to use Western Union.
So you would like to apply to Western Union.
Yes.
So you you would like to send money to overseas.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sorry. So do you have a seven bank account?
No, I don't have one yet. I would like to open one.
Okay. So you would like to open an account and you would like to apply the international transfer service also.
Yes.
Okay, I see. So in this case, if you have internet access, you can apply an account and money transfer service from internet.
Okay, I try to figure out all these websites and they're so confusing. Can I do it over the phone?
Okay, so you would like to by over this phone.
Yes.
So over the phone, we will send a form.
Okay.
And you need to fill out and send it back to us. Okay?
Okay, please.
So I'm sorry. So in this case, our department in charge will send you with the form.
Okay.
So I will transfer you to the department in charge. Is it okay for you?
That's perfect.
Thank you, sir. So may I have your name, please?
Yes, Timothy Van Campen.
Timothy Van Campen.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the English is better for you,
Yes.
sir?
Yes, it is. English is better.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So now I will transfer you to the department in charge for English. So please hold the line.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so while she's transferring me, I'm going to go online and try to do the form, but these... Oh, here we go, English. If you go to 7bank.co.jp, which is also on this little form you'll get at the 7-Eleven, you can try to do it online. I try to do these things online a lot of times, and they're... Okay, open an account. Man, it looks pretty easy. So maybe I'm just going to do it online, but I'm just showing you how there's two options you can do. So send me the form because I'm going to give it to a friend because they want to do it too. So it might be easier to do the form. Register email. Okay. So I'm registering my email here.
Thank you for waiting.
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. You want to open an account in 7bank?
Yes, I do, because I want to use Western Union to send money overseas.
Okay. This is 7bank, sir.
I know, but they told me I can send money through Western Union with 7bank a card.
Okay. So, I would like to explain the requirements.
Okay.
We need a Xerox copy of your residence card,
Okay.
plus one receipt of utility bill.
Okay. What if my utility bills is in my wife's father's name?
Your wife's father's name. Do you have the same last name?
No, they're Kobayashi and I'm Van Campen.
Okay. In case you don't have any receipts in your name, you can send us a Jumin show.
Okay, Jumin Show, I can go to the prefectural office and get that, right?
Yes, sir. We need an original copy, one piece only.
Okay, do you know the English translation for Jumin Show for the people on YouTube video I'm making right now to show how to do this?
I don't think so, sir.
So Jumin Show should be your residential listing
Certificate.
with the government. Yeah. Okay. Residential certificate. Okay. Perfect.
I think if you go to your prefecture, they can you just say that you want a copy of your Jumin show, and they will give you a paper. You have to fill up that paper and go to the counter.
Okay. Perfect. So you're gonna send me an application, right?
Yes, we will send you first the application form.
Okay.
After filling up the form, you will send it back to 7bank together with those two documents. And the processing will be 10 working days after we receive your application form.
Okay. Just to help you out, because I'm an English teacher, it's filling out the form, not filling up the form. Filling up is when you fill up a gas tank.
Yeah, filling up the form.
No, filling out.
Out. Okay, sir. I'm sorry.
That's okay. My friends are from Philippines, so all my Philippine friends say filling up, and I tell them filling up is when you fill up like a gas tank, but filling out is when you fill out a form.
Okay, I got it, sir. Okay, so would you like the application form?
Yes, please.
Okay, can you spell out your name, sir?
Yes.
What is your last name?
My last name is a two-word last name. It's VAN is the first word.
V for victory?
Yes.
Or
A for apple, N for Nancy. And the second word so the first word is Van, VAN, Victor, Apple, Nancy.
Okay.
And the second word, it's all part of the same last name though, is Campen. Campen. That's spelled C as in California, A as in Apple, M as in Mary, P as in Paul, E as in Edward, and N as in Nancy. Van Kempen. Van Kempen is a 2 words, so it's one word and then another word.
Okay.
It means the Kempens.
Your first name, please.
My first name is Timothy. Timothy. You want to spell that? Okay, T as in Thomas, I as in...
What's your name, sir?
Yes, T as in Thomas, I as in international, M as in Mary, O as in octopus, T as in Thomas, H as in Henry, Y as in... What's a good word with Y? Y as in Y because we love you. No. Y as in Mickey Mouse, the last letter of Mickey.
Okay. Do you have a middle name?
No.
No. Okay. I will repeat your name, sir. It's Van space Campen
Yes.
Timothy.
Yes.
Hello, sir. I think your
Yeah,
line is broken.
Oh no,
off.
I'm saying yes. Sorry.
Okay. And then, may I have your address, please?
Yes, my address is 1-11-1.
Do you know your postal code?
Oh yes, it's 950
Okay.
0168.
Okay. And your complete address, please?
1-11-1.
1-11-1.
Let's see. Sorry, my brain just went. Okay, I'm trying to think it in Japanese. Ichi. Hayadori.
Hayadori, okay.
Hayadori. And that's in Konan-ku,
Honanku-hai.
Niigata-shi,
Okay.
Niigata-ken,
Okay.
and that's all.
Is that all, sir?
Yes, that's all.
Okay, I'll repeat your address. I will start from Niigata-ken.
Yes.
Okay. Postal code is 950-0168.
Yes.
Niigata-ken.
Yes.
Niigata-shi.
Yes.
Konan-ku.
Yes.
Hayadori.
Hi.
1-11-1.
Yes.
That's it?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, and your mobile number, please?
Wow. Do you have this number that I just called you on your phone?
I'm sorry, sir. We cannot see your number on the screen.
Okay, let me just stop my YouTube video. One moment.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'm back. I have them sending the applications to me because that might be easier. But I figured out finally online, if you go into the English section and you have to verify your email address first. So it comes up with the screen. You put in your email address. You push this CAPTCHA or whatever that is, that secret coding. You figure out the word it shows, and if you can't figure it out, you keep trying until it shows something that shows. And then once you get a good CAPTCHA, you put that in there. And then you get an email to your email account. I didn't want to tell you my email address. So I cut you off before I put my actual phone number because anyway, I don't want to give out my cell phone even though I never use it and never have it on me. So I guess you could be calling me all the time and I wouldn't know. And then when you get this, okay, so I verified it and then I got to this link where I can open an account. So I have to agree to all this stuff. And I'll just read the agreement because no one ever reads these agreements, and I try to read them because there's a lot of legal stuff that you get into binds with if you don't read these agreements, but they make them so that it says on the bottom of the agreement, if you go all the pages, it says this agreement can change anytime, and the only way you'll know is when you read the notification we send in the mail and you get all this stuffed crap in the mail, and they put all this worthless advertising ahead of it so you can just say, I'm tired of all this stuff and throw it in the trash, so you never notice that your contract's changed. And that's the way they screw you over on most contracts. Because they say, oh, we notified you, and you say, oh, you notified me, really? When did you send me a notice? In your bank statement? And you say, oh, in my statement. Did I get a statement? Oh, I got a bunch of advertisements, and then way in the back of that in fine print, there's a little we changed one part here. We're now going to be charging you $100,000 for, whatever. It doesn't go that bad in Japan anyway, but in America they do all kinds of stuff. So if you don't read those agreements, you're going to be screwed. Okay, so here it is. I agree to the various terms and conditions in the 7 bank account terms and conditions. You have to click on that if you want to read that whole thing. And you want me to read that whole thing? Privacy policy provided on and the privacy policy provided on BankServe website. So in order for you to agree to this, you have to agree that you're going to read this whole thing, but no one ever reads these things. So let's just go to it and see how long this stupid thing is. And it's in Japanese? Okay, but it's also in English. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 PDFs. And you think anyone's ever going to read all 12 PDFs? Well, before I sign a contract with Sony Records or EMI or one of the bigger, I'm probably going to go with Capitol Records Asia. So anyway, if EMI is looking at this video and thinking about signing me, okay, I might, but you better give me a better deal than Capitol Asia, because Capitol Asia is going to be my main squeeze this next week, okay? Anyway, I'm going to read all the fine print when I sign that agreement, because I've already turned down a couple record labels because I read their agreements and probably no one ever read all the extra addendums to this, which these are all PDF addendums to the agreement, and no one ever goes through that. They put so many things that you can't ever possibly read them all, and so you got to, fuck it, I'm just going to sign it. And then in the last PDF is really the one. So what you want to do is, this is the way Noam Chomsky told me to read the newspaper. If you're going to read the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times, they're all bullshit. But sometimes if you go way to the end of a 7-page article, it's like you have to go through it says go to page 44, and then you go to page 44 and you read a little bit of that. And it says, oh, go to page 72, and you go to 72, read a little bit of that. Well, he said the only way you can really get any truthful information out of the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times or any of these big corporate media is if you go to the last page and the last page and the last page and read backwards up, which I wrote a novel and I gave it to my novel professor at Soka University. I don't want to say who it is. But anyway, he said he opened my novel, he read the last page, and he threw it back to me and said, it's a piece of shit. And I said, oh, you didn't even read my freaking whole novel. How can you even know what the last page says? Because you don't even know where that's coming from. But anyway, that's what this reality is trying to spin us all into thinking. If you don't, the last page doesn't make sense, then okay. So this is what I do. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I said that before. I think there's 13, like the 13 apostles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. The 13th one is the 13th one that you can't find. It's probably an attachment to the 12th one, because they always put it on the 13th one. That's where they hide all this stuff. That was the 13th apostle, which you can't see unless you really find the real Bible. Okay, anyway, here's the 12th addendum. International Money Transfer Term and Condition. That's the one I wanted. Hey, bam! I knew it was on the last page. Okay, Article 1, Scope of Application. The International Money Transfer Service offered by 7 Bank hereinafter. I love these words, hereinafter. Is that one word? There's no space. Hereinafter. That's a new legal word. Hereinafter referred to as the, quote, bank. I'm going to be called the artist, formerly known as. Okay. Shall be governed by these terms and conditions. Matters not set forth in these terms and conditions shall be governed by relevant terms and conditions contained in the 7 bank account rules. Together with these terms and conditions, hereinafter, I love that word, collectively referred to as these, quote, terms and conditions and other rules, end quote, as well as by the application laws and regulations, the business practices, the relevant countries, and procedures prescribed by parties concerned. Don't you love this legal work? Okay, so if any of you guys didn't understand what the fuck that paragraph just said, do you want me to translate it? No, I'm not going to translate it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just, because this is the way this reality tries to encode your brain with things that you don't think you understand. But everything that brings up and everything that is times a Buddhazillion that you thought by me reading that, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Just say yes or think yes. Okay, right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, POD and POC, shorts, boys, and beyond. What did I just say? I just said the access consciousness clearing statement, so you're going to have to go back and watch another video to know what the access consciousness clearing statement is. It's an hour video on my YouTube pages. And I need some water because that was a long frickin' paragraph. That's the first paragraph of the 12th addendum. And if you think it gets better than that, you're wrong. Article 2 of this international transfer agreement, it's the definitions. Now you're going to get some definitions of what the hell we're talking about because you don't know what we're talking about. The following defined terms used in these terms and conditions shall have the meaning set forth before. So if you ever study corporate law, you will understand why this whole world is screwed up. Because all the corporate lawyers figured out how to make words that no one understands, but only they know, and it's a secret coded language. Just like the Shakespeare, aka Shakespeare, which was really written by Sir Francis Bacon, the founder of the secret society in Europe that I won't name now because I was a member of that secret society in another life. He encoded in the Shakespeare plays, which he wrote, and he also encoded this language in the King James Bible. Now, I sing at weddings, so-called Christian wedding. Well, it's not really. I do Christian weddings and I do non-denominational weddings. I'll do whatever wedding you want me to do. You can freaking put me in a robe and you can say we're doing a cult wedding. I don't know. But anyway, I do all kinds of weddings. So sometimes I do, quote, Christian weddings, where they're not really Christian weddings because there's no real Christian church that people get married at in Japan unless they're really Christian, which there's very few of those. Anyway, but there are some Gaikokujin foreigners that are really thinking there's really a church. Anyway, all churches are corporations, which are all corporations are all subdivisions of the government. And you think you're in a church, but you're not really in a church. But anyway, we won't get into that on this video. What I'm just going to say is that this language is purposely supposed to mean so you don't understand it unless you go to law school. And if you go to law school, then you can join the Skull and Bones or whatever, the secret societies that you have to be initiated into the secrets of the trade, which you don't ever tell people what these mean because Sir Francis Bacon did tell a lot of what they meant in these corporate charters and in this. I was going to say he's the main translator of the King James Bible. But, okay, that's why I went off on this thing about the wedding contracts, the wedding things I sing at. I talked to the father yesterday, I quote father, at the wedding place I sing at on Saturdays. And I said, so what version are you reading? Because I never heard that translation. He says, oh, this is, I don't know what version it is because there's so many versions of the Bible. Just like there's so many versions of even English translations of the sutras. So he said, I don't know what version it is. I said, you don't know what version it is. Are you a father? No, but I knew he wasn't a father. I didn't even ask that question because in Japan, it's just Hollywood's show trial. Our show, it is a trial because we are making swearing. We're swearing to a Bible. So it is a legal procedure, but it's a show legal procedure like most legal procedures are show procedures. Anyways, we'll get into that on another video maybe if you guys are lucky. But anyway, he didn't know what version of the Bible he was reading. But I said, because in the King James Bible, it's totally different, and this is the meaning. And he said, whoa, I don't understand the King James. Does anyone understand the King James Bible? Man, that's like, whoo, Sir Francis Bacon was like doing some secret access consciousness clearings on you that you didn't even know were access consciousness clearance because access consciousness hadn't been even thought of by that time. But anyway, he was way beyond all that stuff. He was giving you these secret encoding transmissions of clearings that you didn't even know, but it caused a whole revolution in England. He didn't think it was going to cause a revolution. He just thought he was going to turn the backwater of England into a republic somewhat like France, where he studied as a child, and Spain and other places he went to in Italy where he learned cult, C-U-L-T, culture. He learned the cult of those countries, and those cults seemed to be more high level than the backwater England, and he wanted the backwater England to kind of raise up to the cult level of these other corporations called countries. And so he created a whole new language, which people say you speak English. No, you don't speak English. You speak Baconian. You speak Indo-European Baconian, because the English language only had about, the average person had about a 3,000 to 2,000 word. The guy Slick Willie Shakespeare, he had a language probably of about 100 words because he was always drunk and late to rehearsals and everything like that. So that was the trick. Once he died, they published it under his name, but they took his name, which was Shakespeare, and they made it Shake hyphen Spear, not Shakespeare. Shack is like love shack, baby, love shack. A spur is like the thing you put in your cowboy boots. That's who the guy you think wrote the Shakespeare plays. He wasn't named Shakespeare. His name was Shakespeare. It was Shaq in his birth certificate. It was Shaq in his death certificate. On his will, he didn't own any books because he never read any books because he didn't even know how to read. And he never wrote a personal letter to anyone. He never received a personal letter. And that's why there's no official record of his writings of anything. So how could he write thousands of plays and he doesn't even have any official manuals or scripts? When you write something, it's usually on paper and you keep the paper because that's your copyright, but he didn't keep anything. Okay, anyway, we'll get into that in another video. But we're going into the legal terms of this contract, so you better listen up here, boys and girls, because you're not going to understand a damn word I'm saying. Okay, number one, international money transfer service means the service for executing money transfer transactions and related services to be offered by the bank to its customers who have concluded an international money transfer service agreement with the bank. Number two, money transfer transactions, those are in quotes, means each transaction that the bank carries out by the cash receipt method or the credit to account method based on the customer's request. Number three, cash receipt methods, in quotes. Ladies and gentlemen, the president's on the line. Hello, Chiaki. Okay, just got a call that my class I thought was at 2:30 today is at 7:30, and we're going to be talking on Skype. Okay, you can do anything on Skype. Why'd you go out of your house? Okay, anyway, I do go out of my house too. I teach at a college, university. I'm a university professor, and I'm also, I teach abacus, which is called sotoban in Japanese. But anyway, I just kind of scanning through this, and I don't think it's even worth reading because we already got past all the legal mumbo jumbo. But it is how many pages? So here it is. This is the 12th addendum to the agreement, and it's how many pages? 44 pages? 54 pages? It doesn't have page numbers because it's a PDF. Well, the PDF should have page numbers, but it's 16 pages. So number 12 addendum to the rules and regulations of your banking ATM card with Nana Bank is 12, and on the bottom of the 12th page it says revised August 10, 2015. Okay, so this is their newest revision of their contract, but in every month statement, either if it's emailed to you, which you won't read all the addendums to the email because you have to click all these other, open up this, open up that, and you're going to all day be reading agreements to try to figure out what the hell's going on. But anyway, I've found most Japanese companies, Japanese banks are a lot more honest than most American banks. I worked 9 years in banking. I worked for Helsenbargo, a.k.a. Wells Fargo. And I worked for Union Bank of Californication. And I worked for Californication Bank. I worked for a bunch of other, that's California, Bank of California. I worked for Bank of California. And I work for California Federal Bank, Californication Federal Bank, too. Anyway, I work for a lot of banks. They do some pretty shitty stuff. That's why I stopped working in banking. But anyway, I tried to be like the mole inside the organization that tried to give back all the people that they were screwing over all of their fees back, and I almost got fired for that. But anyway, they try all. But so far, I've not had that many fees on any bank in Japan, which is pretty amazing. But I did have fees to send money through the post office, which is the worst way to send money. Don't send through the post office because, yes, it's guaranteed, but yes, it took me a month and a half to get $1,400, which was my last payment on my, what was it called? I did as I said, for 10 years, paying off my student loans with Soka University. I am now debt-free. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Janakis, I'm debt-free. That's like a new club in for Americans. There's very few debt-free Americans, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm debt-free, except all the, in the Go Show, it says all these, you know, in this Go Show or in the other Go Show there, these debts of gratitude that I owe. Okay, that's why I'm making these videos, to pay back all my debts of gratitude to society, to my mother, to my fathers, 2 fathers, to my 15 babysitters that were incredible, to all the schools I went to all the music teachers that taught me guitar, piano, saxophone, all the things. I'm paying my debt of gratitude back with videos. So if you don't watch the video, hey, I paid you back, you just didn't notice. Okay, I love you guys. Peace out. Oh, so that's all I'm doing. I read the contract. I'm not going to do it because it's just too fucking long. I'm going to go, okay, I agree to it even though I haven't read it because that's what they do. Okay, now I have to go in here and I have to put identification numbers or documents. Driver's license, that's cool. Yes, I have a driver's license. I'll use my driver's license. Very few people have a Japanese driver's license. I do have a Japanese driver's license, even though they tried to... what did they try to do? They tried to rescind my driver's license. It only lasted 1 day. And I have a special stamp on the back of my driver's license. This is for special people. I'm special. So if you ever drive the toll roads and you drive a normal, healthy speed of 100 kilometers per hour, which is like 49 miles an hour, I think. That's way over the speed limit in Japan. No, actually, I think the normal speed limit of 80 on the national 2 roads coming both way, big highway with, you know, straightaway is 80 kilometers per hour, which is, I think, 49 miles per hour. So I went up to 50 miles per hour. Oh, my God, I went 50 miles per hour. I got, like, a ticket each year because I drove all summer. So they gave me a special driver's license because I'm special. I'm a special driver. This is a normal driver's license in Japan, but on the back of mine, I got this little red mark. Oh no! My license was suspended for 44 hours. No, actually it was suspended for about 7 hours. While I sat through these Japanese scare videos. And I didn't understand any of them, but I wrote Access Consciousness clearing statements about everything they said on my driver's book that they gave me that was all in Japanese. And they wanted me to take a test in Japanese. I said, I can't take a test in Japanese because I don't read Japanese. And they finally gave me it in English, but I said, can I have an explanation of the test in English also? They didn't have an explanation of the test, which they gave orally to each person. And they said, we can only do it in English and Japanese because we don't have any English speakers in the whole Department of Motor Vehicles, which they call I forget what they call it, driving center. Anyway, I do have that license. I have a Yon credit card. I have a California license. Oh no. I have an international driver's license. I have a whole bunch of other things that, you know, all these things like how to get this. I got a motorcycle, the biggest motorcycle you can drive in Japan. I can drive, you know, Harley 1000, 2000 cc if I want to. Anyway, you can get all those things in Japan if you believe you can, because you can do anything you believe you can. If you believe you can't, then you're right. So don't believe anyone says you can't do anything in Japan. You can do anything. It doesn't matter if you're a foreigner or not a foreigner. It's just about what you're willing to demand from this universe. So I'm going to go now and sign it, and it says to put in Chinese characters my name. I don't have a Chinese character name. Okay, so you're going to have to make up some Chinese character for your name if you want to fill out these applications. But anyway, I'll make up something cool like Samurai Joe or something. All right, peace out, ladies and gentlemen. I'll come back at you. So I'm finishing up the application online, and they require you to put in Chinese characters, and under that, katakana characters. There's no such Chinese characters for my name. So, unless I want to register with the government, official Chinese characters, which you could choose, and I haven't done that yet, maybe I'll do that in the future. My birth name is Janakis, which I spell Janakos in Japan, because if I spell it the way I was born, which is Gianakos, they don't know that J could be spelled Gia, which they think it's Gianakis, and I'm saying, no, I'm not Gianakis, I'm Janakis, just like Japan, so I put Ja. That's why I switched that's my birth name. My legal name is my stepdad's name. I tried to go through changing, but I just, you know, it's a nightmare going. I have to go all the way to Tokyo and go get your passport changed first, and then you have to go through all that. You know, it's just, I'll be 2 people. So they asked me, why are you 2 people? Because I'm 2 or 3 people, but anyway. We won't go into that right now. But anyway, so you put the katakana on the top and you put the katakana underneath. That's all you can do. So here I did it. I put it, and they all say it's Bang Kyumpen, and I say no, it's not. It's Von Kompen, and they don't like that. But anyway, I tell them that's my name. I can choose however I want to spell my own damn name. So Timoshi, which is the only way they can do it. The real Timothy in the Bible is Temote. I tried doing that, and they just fought that forever. And I said, I know what the translation of my name is. It's Temote, and I showed him the Christokyo, which is the Christian Bible in English, and the Christokyo Bible, which you can find at the Love Hotels in the drawer next to the bed, just like your Christian Bible. There's a Japanese translation. That's how I found out my name was Temote. And I tell people it's Temote, they're like, that's a shampoo. Anyway, it is Temote. But anyway, I put Timoshi, which I don't like, but they just, I got tired of going through that with them, that my name is actually Temote. But anyway, so that's why I'm 3 people now. I'm what they think and what I think and what, everyone else thinks. Okay, so it looks all good on the application. I'm going to submit application. Okay, request reference number. Opening an account by mail to 7 Bank website. Refer to our webs. Okay. So use this request reference number when inquiring about your request. So you can do it online, but they're probably going to have to send you the application anyway, because you're going to have to send a copy of your driver's license, because that's what they wanted. So it does. The person over the phone thought I was a foreigner and I don't have a driver's license, because most foreigners, especially in Tokyo, why would you drive a car, right? There's trains, and I don't live anywhere near a train station or anywhere near a subway or anything like that. So it's impossible for me to get anywhere unless I have a car, unless I drive my bike and sweat my ass off in the summer and freeze my ass off in the winter, that's all there is 2 seasons. It's 4 months of summer and 8 months of winter. So you don't either freeze your ass off or you burn your ass off. There's no other choice in Japan. Okay. So I drive, I do the treadmill at the gym because you got air conditioning, I can control whether I'm hot or cold. Okay, that's all. Looks like I'm applied, so I'm gonna wait until it comes in the mail. I'll make another video after that of how what I had to send them. Probably copy my driver's license. I don't have to go get that shim whatever they said, official residence, because I have a driver's license, which most people don't. And anyway, you can get that too. Motorcycle, car, or whatever you want. I can drive probably a big rig truck if I wanted to, but I don't want to drive a big rig truck. Okay, plus all the roads are small, so it would be stupid. All right, peace out. Love you all. Talk to you next time.